Today's combination is a gold and bronze smoky eye using Urban Decay's Naked 1 palette. Many of you may remember my review on it that I did a long time ago. I didn't like it when I first got it. I wasn't happy with it, but I've had it now for probably about 5 months, I would guess. And I'm actually liking it more and more each time I use it because I'm finding combinations that I really like to use with it. Today's look is especially one of my favorites, and I couldn't wait to share it with you. Now, if you do not have the Urban Decay Naked 1 palette, at the end of the tutorial I will list MAC dupes that you could use in place of the eyeshadows that were used in this look. The eyeshadows I'll be using in this look are Half Baked, Darkhorse, Naked, and Buck. I will also be incorporating in one MAC eyeshadow, and that is MAC Bisque. If you don't have Bisque, you could very easily use Brulee in its place. And you'll see why I'm using it in this tutorial later on. If you don't want to use either of those, you could very easily use Virgin, but the effect and the finished look will be slightly different than what you're seeing here. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing you should always do before applying any eyeshadow combination is apply a really great eyeshadow primer. Today I used Lorax Behind the Scenes Eye Primer. First eyeshadow we're going to be using in the Naked palette is actually the color Naked, and that is what it looks like. To apply this, I'm going to be using the Sigma E45 crease brush, but you could also use any kind of fluffy crease brush that looks like that. We're just going to swish this back and forth right into the crease. And you do want to keep the application light here so it'll make it easier to blend away at the end. Then, taking the MAC 239 brush, looks like that, I'm going to take Half Baked. That's the color of Half Baked. And apply this to the inner half of the lid. Then I'm going to wipe the brush, and I'm going to go back with Darkhorse this time. That is what Darkhorse looks like. And I'm going to apply this to the outer half of the lid. And then when you come back to blend it into Half Baked, you just want to tap it along where they meet, and eventually they'll blend back together just so nicely. Next, I'm going to take the Sigma E30 pencil brush. It's got hair on it. Go back with Buck. That's what Buck looks like. And I'm going to take a little bit of this and go along the edges here where everything meets Naked and just blend it along. So my only gripe with the Naked palette is that they didn't include a very nice brown, neutral, matte shade to blend out some of the really great colors in here. So I'm not going to rely on my blender from the Naked palette. If you wanted to, you could very easily use Virgin to blend out up here. It would be beautiful, it would work perfectly, but for this look I want to have a matte finish up there on the brow bone. So I'm going to go back to MAC Bisque. That's what MAC Bisque looks like. If you do not have Bisque, you can also use something like Brulee in its place. With the 217 brush, I'm going to come up here and just blend away Naked. So you can see here how nice that transition is, how seamless it looks. And that's really the look that I was going for in this tutorial. I didn't want to use a shimmer shade because I really wanted to keep this so nice and neutral, and really I wanted to do that so that the Half Baked here portion would really stand out. If you don't use MAC Bisque or Brulee, you can use any kind of matte neutral shade that would create the same kind of seamless transition here from any other brand. To finish this look, I'm going to take the MAC 266 angled brush. I'm going to go back with Darkhorse first, and I'm going to line the entire lower lash line with it. Then I'm going to take a smudger brush, looks like that. I'm going to go along and smudge it so it's all smoked up. And then to add just a little bit of definition to the eyes, I'm going to go back with Half Baked, the same color that we used in here, and apply it right there to the middle of the lower lash line. Ta-da! That's how it looks. So I promised you some MAC dupes in the beginning of the video, so here we go. If you do not have any of these colors, you don't have the Naked palette, that is A-okay, babe. You can use MAC colors in their place. So for Half Baked, you could use MAC Woodwinked. For Darkhorse, you could use something like Handwritten, Bronze, any of those really dark brown shades. Any of them will work. For Naked, you could use Kid. For Buck, you can use something like Cork. So, hope you love this look. It's a great one for every skin tone, every eye color. And once again, I am loving the Naked palette, so I will be doing more with it in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.